or both. The unresolved freedom of speech and freedom of religion wars that were turbocharged by the 2017 same-sex marriage debate are only hotting up. The Albanese government and a large group of woke liberals are determined to crush your free speech in 2024, as you will see through today's program. Parents' rights to give their kids a woke-free education are under threat like never before. In a moment, I'll speak to Christian Schools Australia Director of Public Policy, Mark Spencer, about the latest developments. My friend Kirralie Smith of the girls' and women's rights advocacy group Binary has had some legal wins which we'll celebrate and which we'll talk about. But the legal action against me by two LGBTIQA+ drag queens continues to grind through the appeals process. I'll talk about that another day. On the economic front, Australians are only just now getting a taste of what net zero policies championed by Labor, Liberal, Greens and the Teals really means. I'll speak to the Executive Director of the Institute for Public Affairs, Scott Hargraves, about why the lights went out in Victoria this week. No one should be surprised. The IPA and the Australian Energy Market Operator have been warning about blackouts for years as a result of closing coal-fired power stations. Yet politicians on both sides of the aisle remain wedded to the net zero policies, which for 500,000 Victorians this week meant net zero electricity. It's unbelievable. To win a war and to break through to a better future, you've got to know your enemy and what they are up to. That's why we must talk about the bad news and who is behind it. We've got to wake people up. Many don't even know there's a war on. But you've also got to inspire your troops that a better future awaits that is worth fighting for. Myself and so many others, including the amazing team here at ADH TV, fight the culture wars every day because we are rebelling against what our elites are serving up. You and I know that, on balance, kids will flourish if they have a married mum and dad wherever possible. We know it's healthy for kids to be affirmed in their biological gender, not told they might have been born in the wrong body. We know that killing unborn babies to birth and not supporting their mothers is wrong. We know that windmills and solar panels cannot deliver cheap and reliable electricity. To borrow from the magnificent Alliance for Responsible Citizenship conference that I had the privilege of attending last year in London, there is a better story. It's one of economic abundance. Australia has the natural resources, and it can be one of flourishing families and communities. We have terrific people and the social capital needed. You and I know this. Sadly, our political class does not, or they lack courage to fight for the truth. I'm here to keep fomenting a revolution, a non-violent one, of course, in the tradition of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Gandhi, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, William Wilberforce, and Jesus of Nazareth. Your and my hope in a better future for our children and grandchildren is what keeps us going, and we must not take our eye off this hope. So let's keep informed. By all means, consume political commentary, but above all, make 2024 a year of political action.